idea behind this, though, the logic and algebra, that this is getting at, is there might be truths beyond the scope of this, beyond the scope of the natural sciences, that are true, the science cannot prove it, but we can recognize as such. Mathematical truths are different. Some of these mathematical truths, they don't seem to exist anywhere in the idea. It's like totally made up nonsense. They have to be Here's one that's a little bit exploded, sometimes talk about logic underlies everything else. It's the glue holding up to get all these other fantasies. Try to make sense. B, that's it. B, because it's yeah, that's the options level ABC. So you're just putting down ABC for each of these. No, because it's not a topology. You guys are back, huh? All right, good. Let's start the second one. So you do the same thing. Here's the parent. Let's see if you guys ready. Okay, so underline the parent again. How far does this go? All the way? No, just to the CX, right? And then you don't have to underline this other one, but you might as well. Just chunk your pieces. So call this one, what do you want to call it? A doesn't matter. You call it B, it doesn't matter, right? A, arrow, because it's separate things, right? So the form of this sentence is A, arrow, B. Now the question is, if you did a truth table, is that a tautology? No, because A, arrow, P, arrow, Q, whatever it is true all the way down, right? What's the case when this is false? A is true and A is false. So it's not going to be a tautology. It doesn't have the right form, structure of a tautology. So now, A is out. You can't be a tautology. Now look at question B. Erase all this in your mind. You ask, what does this say? What's the overall meaning? That's the logical truth as well. Again, connectives plus quantifiers plus predicates, the full meaning of the sentence. So this says, if something's a cube, then A is a cube. Okay, you're told that something's a cube. That's given to you, right? Do you know for sure that A is a cube? No. So is this a B, logical truth? It's a C, not logical truth. Meaning, what is the opposite of necessary? Unnecessary or contingent. It could be true. It doesn't have to be, right? You know that something's a cube. A could be a cube. It doesn't have to be. That's the idea behind it. What? I'm going to get into that. Do you want another explanation?
I'm just going to say, give us an example of a logic.
Oh, the one above?
Yeah.
There's others that are coming. Yeah. That make more sense. Yeah, you guys try three. Yeah, try three right now on your own. I'll help you guys with it, but try three. Do the underlining thing, do the form. Talk it over. What do you think it is? What? Try. Okay, here's the underlining. So what form do you guys have? Again, A or B, right? Is that a tautology? No, so now, take it away, what's the meaning? If A is a cube, then something is a cube. Think about it. If you know you're given A is a cube, does it have to follow more generally that something's a cube? Yes, that's up. B, there you go. You want more logical truths? There's actually there's an infinite number of them. Some of them are trivial, some of them are important. But the idea behind it, what makes it necessary, is when you think about it, you've got no choice. It has to be true. You good? Okay. Try 4 now. You guys do the same thing. Do the underlining. remember old school computers had floppy disks? Yeah, like that's old school. Does anyone know what computers were like before that? What they had before disks?
Oh.
You actually have to read these papers with punch holes in it, and it'd be in like a whole book, and all it would do was like compute 1 plus 1 equals 2. And it took up a whole basement to just do that. So that was your first computer, their first calculator. And they said, we can't do anything with this. Right? So technology improved, you get it compactified. So you get calculators now doing the same thing. Until now, you get stuff like even smaller, like the idea is keep shrinking, doing more and more powerful stuff, right? But same underlying logic. So here we go. You got an old school computer, and it's like you're trying to process the new stuff. So it's like you got this old school computer with got floppy disk. You're giving it a CD-ROM, and it doesn't know what to do with that, right? So it reads it out, and it goes, beep, right? And it's processing it. Like this one, when it sees it, it goes, beep, It's not the same, right? So mismatch. So the idea is cut and paste. Is it identical? Is it the same? No. Since it's not identical, strictly speaking, it doesn't count. So it's B. But the reason why they actually say the same thing is because you made a leap. Remember, tautology is connectives, nothing else. It's very literal, right? But the next layer out, when you leap to logical truth, you are now talking about meaning, and that's why you can say they're the same. Not because of that first layer, but because you left to the last layer. So what does this actually say? It says if everything is a cube and small, so basically nothing but small cubes, right? Then everything is a small cube. They say exactly the same thing, right? But that's because you've left to the level of meaning. That's the logical truth, because it's saying the same thing. Kind of make sense? Okay, you want an example of how this actually relates to something in the quote-unquote real world? There's a famous thought experiment by this guy, John Searle. If you check him out on YouTube, you see all these things. He's a great speaker. He was a Rhodes Scholar. It's a big deal, right? Brilliant guy. He's at Berkeley. He's in TED Talks. He's done all these things. He's just a really engaging kind of speaker. He's really combative. He talks a little bit like John Wayne, and he's like squatty like this, and but engaging. He's like, he just keeps going. He's like nonstop, rapid fire mind. So interesting guy. You can Google it. A lot of philosophers are boring. He's interesting. He's got this thing called the Chinese roll. And he's in Berkeley for crying out loud. The Chinese name is like so exotic. He doesn't get it. But here's the analogy. You got on the outside, the idea is there's translation going on. So you got Chinese going on the left side. Sorry, my apologies to Asian speakers. I don't know Japanese or Chinese. That's the Chinese. I know, it's horrible. For me, Chinese is like a lot of squiggles. Japanese is less squiggles. And then Korean has some circles and square and squiggles. Yeah, right. I'm an idiot, so be it. But it's Chinese room. It's like, what can I make? So the idea is, how do you translate this? And the idea is, inside there's a little one called homunculus. It's a little man, not cognitive, not thinking, but a little like man doing like procedures, right? And the idea is he's got in there this dictionary from Chinese to English. And he looks up this piece, and he doesn't understand English or Chinese. He just looks up the sequence in Chinese, and he looks up the sequence in English, and then he spits out the translation, oh, lion. You see what I'm saying? Kind of makes sense? Yeah. Okay. His claim is, and not just claim, this analogy is actually pretty brilliant. It's how all computers work at a fundamental level. What do computers do? They are syntactical machines. What do they actually compute? And yeah, just zeros and ones, right? They're just logic circuits getting energy in and flipping on using these and, not, and or gates, zeros and ones, and patterning them up with all these algorithms to produce something that looks like what's called the user illusion, intelligence. So he raised this question. What's AI? Artificial intelligence. In the 80s and 90s, you guys ever heard of DARPA? DARPA. It's a government organization. It's funded by the military. It gets huge amounts of money, almost more than any other agency. You think CIA, FBI, all they're big, right? DARPA's like, in terms of their budget, they're like the secret black box with everything exporting. And they're basically responsible for cutting edge research. You want nuclear weapons, we got it. You want some kind of AI that will run the world secretly and no one knows about it. They're the ones basically funding this. You want stem cell research that's going to make super soldiers, that's going to be real. They're the ones that are doing this. Okay, so in the 80s, 90s, there's all these computer scientists saying, look, we're at the cutting edge of computers. We're going to have a revolution. You guys got it now, the tech stuff, right? The Apple and all that. But there's a revolution within that revolution that goes beyond. How much computational power do we have available to us, and how much can we, as it were, not We want, for example, machines that interact with us in ways that are seamless. They see human and whatnot. We do that, what's going to happen? We actually eliminate a lot of labor. Labor becomes cheaper. People become sort of commodities. Kind of make sense? Okay. So back in the day, it was especially interesting in stuff in terms of what? Where do you think AI is going to force be used? DARPA. They're part of the military branch.
Oh, soldiers.
There you go. Not just soldiers, but you want intelligent what?
People, robots.
Robots, smart bombs, manless drones that can fly themselves and hit the targets exactly. Kind of make sense? If you got the kind of computers you got back in the day, they're just too cumbersome, they're too inaccurate, they don't have human judgment. So artificial intelligence is the idea that what if we can program something like reasoning into machines? How much can we, as it were, expand this outward and get them to be not just smart machines, but potentially smarter than us, right? So does anyone know, you ever heard of Deep Blue? Okay, yeah, Deep Blue. If you heard of it, you know what it means. Deep Blue. Deep Blue, yeah, it's a computer. They thought that one thing that human beings can do that computers will never ever be able to do is being a grandmaster in chess. Because chess requires so many moves of imagination. It has such a practically infinite number of moves that to explore that space is just too much computational power. Deep Blue was developed by IBM. They actually ended up being a grandmaster, but it's controversial as to exactly how that happened. Whether it was the computer doing this, or it was a guy, because there was a guy who trained the computer, who was himself a grandmaster, where the guy was sort of in there in shadow form and actually beat his other grandmaster because his simulated experience. Anyway, so AI comes along. The question is, what they're really asking is not can we have artificial intelligence, but the larger question is, can we understand what it really means to think? Can we implement it on other kinds of machines? And basically, it reflects back on the human condition itself. To what extent can we understand ourselves and how this thing works? It's thought that for all the complexity in the universe, physics, biology, chemistry, this thing is actually the most complex thing by several orders of magnitude. And it is considered to be the frontier of frontiers, the thing we don't understand. Hopefully we will understand. AI comes along and says, it's not that hard a problem. We can solve this thing. Understand this stuff, and we'll indirectly understand this stuff. And the human brain and the human capacities will be capable of understanding it all. Whether there's a soul, whether there's a God, all that will be reduced to this. Kind of make sense? That's called strong AI. They're saying, no problem, DARPA, give us the money, we'll do it. This testing, this really irritating guy, Cyril, here's his name, S-E-A-R-L-E. Brilliant, but irritating. That's what philosophers do when they gadflies the audience, right? They come around and ask questions you're not supposed to ask. So he says, wait a second, I don't know anything about computers, but I listened to this argument of yours, and it stinks. It doesn't make any sense. And let me give you a simple thought experiment on how this works. So this notion of a homunculus, that's basically what's going on in the computer. It's computing these things bit by bit. It's translating it bit by bit. But it's a syntactical machine. Remember, syntax is just grammar and how it forms. And the real question is, where do you get out of this mysterious stew, what's called semantics, or meaning? Inside, this thing's computing, and it's computing really fast. Inside our brains, it's computing zeros and ones, neurons firing and not firing, and it's doing it really fast as well. But the problem that we have with understanding mind, and also the problem we have with understanding AI, is that in this whole process, where does this mysterious thing called meaning emerge? We take it for granted. We understand it, we live with it, we as it were, soak it up, and we're natural meaning-inducing creatures. But we take that for granted, we don't know how it works. And his claim is, in this strong AI program, if you claim that this thing actually understands, this is the Chinese room thought experiment, right? If it actually understands Chinese and can translate to English or any other language, where in this whole syntactic process does meaning somehow magically emerge? Is it just through all this really fast stuff that somehow magically comes out, oh, there is meaning? Where does the computer really understand? Think about it. It does all these stuff and it simulates all this stuff, but this computer inside is saying, I understand a lion, and then it doesn't have any of that. And if it does, it's sort of associated with other things that it's given to it. But where in that, no matter how much information you pile in, where does meaning somehow magically emerge? That makes sense. With that simple thought experiment, he actually knocked down the whole AI project. It turns out he was right. Strong AI, and that strong component that says all this stuff is nothing more than syntax, turns out to be fundamentally wrong. That's why there are still limits to what computation can do. Like for instance, it can't recognize voice very well. You got Siri, she's better, but it's taking forever for it to get to a point where it can recognize voice. And still, Siri's not that good, right?
Right.
Siri still doesn't understand. Makes jokes not intending to because she doesn't understand. It doesn't understand, right? Kind of makes sense? what's called common sense.